Domestic Violence Regulation launched in accordance with Domestic Violence Act. Agriculture Ministry launches 2 more rice varieties. Final reports on impact of FDIs in mining industry handed over. And 16 newly commissioned Army officers, 9 warrant officers receive instruments of commission. With this GINA News Capsule, I'm Janelle Carter. Good evening. The Ministry of Natural Resources and the Environment, with support from the United Nations Development Programme, has concluded a study on the impact of investments in the extractive sector. On February 12, Deputy Resident Representative UNDP Chisa Makami handed over the final report of the study to Minister of Natural Resources and the Environment Robert Prasad.
Every single Guyanese would like to know and to be assured that the utilization of our natural resources, and in particular mining resources, that there are maximum benefits being accrued to the country and to the population.
According to Minister Prasad, the objectives was to engage the UNDP to conduct a study which will relate to what the ministry was doing, what else needs to be done, and what types of policies are necessary to develop the mining sector. As the government continues to work towards eradicating domestic violence from the society, the Ministry of Human Services has officially launched the Domestic Violence Regulations. The regulations are in accordance with the Domestic Violence Act, Chapter 1109, and serve to address deficiencies which were identified in the said act. During the launch, which was held on February 11th, Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal pointed out that the regulations were developed after a series of consultations with legal practitioners and other stakeholders. Minister Nandlal said the act itself will soon undergo amendments as such things like the definition of domestic violence was omitted. In an effort to boost rice yields, thereby increasing its production in Guyana, the Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Guyana Rice Development Board, has introduced 2 new rice varieties. Minister within the Ministry of Agriculture, Ali Bashk, recently launched the GRDB 14 and the Maria's Delight Aromatic.
These new varieties certainly have been enhancing the industry for over 2 decades now. And I'm sure the new variety, introduction of the new variety, much more will be done in favor of farmers and the economy as a whole.
Under the management of the GRDB, which is responsible for the management of the rice industry, 4 high-yielding rice varieties had been introduced over the past 3 years, namely GRDB 9, 10, 11, and 12. The newly commissioned Guyana Defense Force officers have been presented with their formal instruments of commission by Commander-in-Chief President Donald Ramotar. During his address at the parade, the President urged the new officers to be worthy sons and daughters in service to Guyana and its citizens. Taking the Best Student Prize was Second Lieutenant Louis Laglier. Runner-up Best Student went to Second Lieutenant Noel August, while Best Drill and Best Military Knowledge went to the only female, Winette Smart. The other new officers were Keon Stobie, Anand Prasad, Warren Mars, Robin Rogers, Joshawn Norville, Kevin Sultan, Kaya Dova, Neil MacDonald, Shaquan Prince, Shane Ramphal, Javon McCalman, Patrick Grant, and Lieutenant Ian Cameron. The readiness of the Guyana Elections Commission to hold the May 11th general and regional elections is being assessed by the United Nations Electoral Needs Assessment Mission. Head of the Presidential Secretariat, Dr. Roger Luncheon, during his weekly post-cabinet briefing on Wednesday, revealed that the UN would conduct similar missions to member states to ensure that internationally accepted measures will be in place for elections or entering into an electoral cycle. He explained they essentially would extensively and intensively review the preparedness by the national authorities, in our case GCOM, for holding elections. In addition, in part of ongoing preparations, the Medium Monitoring Unit is to be resuscitated with assistance from the European Union and other donors. Thank you for watching this GINA News Capsule. I'm Janelle Carter. Good night.